Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the chained overlay stitch. Now this stitch, you could go wild with this stitch and come up with all sorts of funky patterns. I'm going to show you how to do a very basic back and forth snake. The front is very, very pretty and the back is equally lovely as well. So this stitch is formed in two parts. First of all, we need to crochet the cream base for it, and then you can go wild with the fun part of the chain overlay at the end. So let's leap straight on in to how you crochet this stitch. To create the mesh section, pop a slip knot onto your hook. Now the pattern multiple is 2 plus 6. So all that means is you're going to chain in multiples of 2, 2, 2, 2, so an even number, and then add 6 chains right at the very end. I'm only doing a really small sample of the mesh for you right now, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 18. Once you have the correct amount of chains, we're going to be skipping quite a few of these in the beginning, and we're going to work into the 6th chain from your hook. Now this loop on your hook does not count as anything. You want to count these fully formed chains down below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And into that 6th chain, we're going to work a double crochet stitch. Chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet in the next. Keep repeating this all the way down. Chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet into the next. For row 2, chain 3 and turn your work. Work a double crochet into the top, ignore this first one, ignore that chain space, and work it into the top of the second double crochet from the row below. Chain 1, double crochet into the top of the next stitch from the row below. Chain 1, skip the chain space and work a double crochet into the top of the double crochet. Keep doing this. Chain 1, double crochet into the double crochet from the row below. Once you reach the end, you've done your last double crochet into the last double crochet of that row below, chain 1, and into the turning chain we're going to skip one of these chains and crochet into the next one. You don't need to be too precise, just sort of aim for the top-ish. For row 3, row 3 is the pattern repeat row for forming the mesh part of this chained overlay stitch. So chain 3 and turn, Ignore this first stitch and double crochet into the second one along. Then chain 1, double crochet into the double crochet from the row below, and we're going to work this all the way along. Chain 1, double crochet into that stitch from the row below. We're always ignoring the chain 1 spaces and just working into the top of the double crochet stitches from the row below. Once you've placed your last double crochet into the last double crochet of that row, to end, we're going to chain 1 and double crochet into the second of those 3 chains from the row below. So aim for that middle chain there. This is how we're going to form the mesh. So keep repeating row 3. Start with a chain 3, turn, and work a double crochet into the top of the double crochet from the row below. Chain 1, double crochet into the double crochet from the row below, all the way across the row. And once you've done your final double crochet into the final double crochet from the row below, chain 1 and double crochet into the second of those 3 chains from the row below. Keep repeating that row until your mesh is the length that you want it to be. Once it is, you can go ahead and chain 1, snip your yarn, leaving a tail to weave in, and pull that through, pull it tight. Your mesh is complete, and now we can start doing the chained overlay. Here's one I made earlier. Now I crocheted this with a 3.5 millimeter hook. Now for the chained overlay part, this is where you can let your artistic vision take over. It's quite freeing. You can almost draw with the chains. However, I'd advise going up a hook size for these chains. I'm actually going to go up to a 6 millimeter hook. If you have your chains too tight, it will pucker the fabric. So I find going up substantially in hook size naturally keeps your chains looser than they would otherwise be if I was using the same hook. So on this sample here, this is just some mesh. As I say, I used a 3.5 millimeter hook. I'm going to use a 6 millimeter hook for the chained overlay. So grab your contrasting yarn, and this is where you can let your imagination run free. I'm going to show you how you do the chained overlay, but what patterns you create, what directions you go in, what you decide to do with this bit is entirely up to you. The only limit is your imagination. So with your contrasting yarn and your mesh fabric, wherever you want to join this yarn is entirely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and join mine to this bottom corner so I can show you how to go across and how to go up in case you wanted a snake-like effect. You can of course just join and just have ribbons running in the same direction. You could go up and down, left to right, totally up to you. But what you want to do is the part where you are going to start your chained overlay. Pop your hook through these gaps in between the mesh. This is where we're going to be working. And then at the back of the work, you want to put a slip knot onto your hook. Now the yarn for this chained overlay will always be at the back of your work. So you want to draw this loop that is now on your hook to the front. So your chain stitches will be on the front, your yarn will be held at the back. Being loose, even with a larger hook, keeping loose tension is absolutely critical to not puckering your fabric. So how you do your chained overlay, you have your first loop pulled through, you want to put your hook through the next part. So the next hole, I'm doing it on the same row. Put it through, grab that yarn at the back, draw that through, and then draw it through the loop on your hook. We're just chaining. Keep it super duper loose. Again, go into the next hole. Your yarn is at the back of the work. Yarn over, just catch it. Oops. Draw it through and draw it through the loop on your hook. Go into the next hole, grab that yarn at the back, draw it up and draw it through. So you're doing very loose chains over the front of your work. At the back, you'll have these very nice, neat wraparounds. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to work into every section of mesh all the way along my row. And then when we're over here, I'm going to show you how to go up to the next row. So I'm going in, catching that yarn, drawing it back through and drawing it through the loop on my hook. Once you've got your tension sorted and you've got what you're doing, you can really speed up with these chains because the yarn is just back there waiting for you and you'll be whizzing along before you know it. Just be careful to keep an eye on your tension. Keep it loose. So I've worked my way all the way along and I've just gone through that very final mesh hole for one continuous strand. The back looks like this, which in its own right is very pretty. Now, as I say, you're free to do what you want with this chained overlay method. You could snip your yarn at either end, leaving lovely great big long tassels and have your V's of your chaining going all in the same direction. You could go up, down, left, right. You could even come across diagonally if you wanted to. But if you just wanted to snake back and forth, I'll show you how you can move up a row nice and neatly. And all you have to do, it's so easy, is turn your work and go into the next chain hole right up there. Draw through, keep it loose, and then you've turned the corner. It's seriously simple. Now, if you wanted to go all the way up and keep going around in an ever increasing mini spiral, you could, or you can just carry off down in another direction, almost like a snake. When you get to the end of your chaining and you want to finish off, all you have to do is, after that final chain, is cut your yarn, leaving a tail to weave in, then pull that all the way out and you'll have a loop like your strand out the front. To make it nice and neat, just thread up a needle and you want to bring this tail, put it back through that hole where you just came out of. Then it's hanging at the back, waiting to be woven in. You can see the back looks really, really cool. The front is really cool. I love this stitch. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please do give me a big thumbs up. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.